Welcome back to another My Lure Box video. This morning I'm out of my kayak. It's been months since I've had my kayak out, so I'm frothing for it. The sun hasn't risen yet, so I got out nice and early, and I'm going to fish one of the Gold Coast lakes this morning. So there's everything's in here, but I'm going nice and light. I'm going to chase some brim on surface lures, and actually I've got a whole heap of different lures in that I'm going to try this morning. So I'll take you through those as the morning plays out. But yeah, just really out here to enjoy myself for the first time in a long time on the kayak. Stick around and yeah, I think you're going to enjoy the morning as well. Let's get stuck into it. How good is this? I always feel like this when I hit the water on my kayak. I'm like, it's been way too long, I need to do more kayak fishing. There's going to be plenty coming this winter, even though it's hard to get up in the mornings now, a little bit colder for these softened up Gold Coast boys. But this is what I'm going to be using this morning. I've got a few different lures in, and tied on is a cranker crab. That's the light 3.9 gram version, and then I've got one of Mick Molnar's splash prawn, and on the other little rod I've thrown on a lure that's been sitting in a tackle box for about 20 years, no kidding. That's a little atomic grub, and I used to use those things when I was just a teenager. I've still got the same packet, so I found those because it's been a long time since I've been fishing this lake, but that used to go fire when I was a lot younger. So I'm going to fish with that, give everything a try. I've got a whole box of stuff in here that I'll go through as the session plays out. But how good is this? There is no one else on the water. I reckon what I'm going to do this morning is just fish the edges of this lake, take you through how I'd like to fish it, especially if you're just getting into fishing with lures. I think this is probably a really good place to start, fishing some of these lakes on the Gold Coast and throwing little lures around, and I'll show you how to do it, and hopefully we can get some success with some brim, maybe a trevally. But I reckon it's going to be a bit of fun. Let's get into it. There's a fair bit of bait just sitting around the surface out in the middle here. Just throw this splash prawn around for a couple of minutes right out in the middle, see if there's a trevally around. Giant herring or something. Morning. Yeah, good? No, I've just started. Yeah. Alright, well, what I'd like to do this morning is take you through how I fish these lakes to get onto some fish. Now, it's been a little while to be honest, but I usually start the same way, which is early morning. Low light conditions are great for fishing with surface lures, and I've just done about 5 minutes of that with no interest yet. So what I'm going to do is work my way back. So I've got a little grub on. I'm going to hit this bridge and go around this bridge. I'll show you how I fish these bridges, but usually that's the way that I'll fish. You start with a surface lure, and if it's cooking with surface fishing, then I'll just stay with that for the morning. But if it doesn't happen straight away, I'll go back, maybe use a grub or a crab or something like that, and try to get the bite to happen, get a feel for the bite, and then maybe work back to my confidence back with a surface lure and try and get them again. But this is what we'll do. So I've got this little atomic grub here, and I'm fishing it with, it's got a hidden weight in it actually. So the little lead that goes down through the belly, you can't really see that, but these are great for throwing around pontoons because it leaves the little soft plastic as the first point of contact, so you don't really spook a lot of bream when you're hitting pontoons or pylons with this thing. But don't be fooled, there are plenty of fish in these lakes, regardless of how I go this morning. So these little grubs are fantastic as a way to start really, really small finesse style stuff. Let's see what's around this bridge. Oh, I just got a hit then. You beauty. Well, that's the sort of start you want. What you do get is sort of, it's really still in here, and especially this time of morning, which is a great time to get after the bream. Like, it's a bite period 100%, but it also means you've got to be fairly quiet while you're out here. The bream can be really flighty. I just got hit, but I'm watching bust-ups across the lake. I can see them smashing bait over the other side of the lake, so we're going to go for a boost. One of the beauties of having this prop. We're going to the other side of the lake. They're busting up, the birds are diving. Well, to be honest with you, this wasn't really in my plan to come and fish this other lake because there's no coffee shop on this side. But, mate, I don't know, you're not going to be able to see this, but there are bust-ups happening. There's seagulls going mental just down here. And I'm pretty sure, I don't think they're the swans. I think it's bust-ups happening. So, got my splash prawn on, perfect. Going to go and throw it for maybe, I think it's a trevally, I reckon. How about the morning though? Look at it. The whole seagull life since I've been out offshore on the ski has just been so much more hype now. Seeing these white birds flying around, diving into the surface, like, boy, I get excited now seeing that. Mate, it has been cooking here all night, eh? You wait till... This is a great little sign. Like, you come over here, they're all lined up. They're smashing jelly prawns. I can see them now. But when you see foam all around the edge of the banks, like what I'm about to show you, it's just bust up central. It's been happening all night. And that's what I look for early morning when I come out here. I'm kind of looking for bubbles, like where there's been bust-ups along banks. You know, sometimes it's ducks taken off, whatever. But take a look at this, there's no question. Have a look at this. I don't even know if you can see. Just that foamy bust-up. I've got a cast, let's get into it. Let's do this. Oh, it's like you would not believe, eh? It's crazy. Now that they can be real finicky. And I think, oh mate, this is nuts. How are these people not on their back lawn fishing it? The birds are all lined up having a crack. Yep. Oh, just got it. Come on. So I don't know what they are, whether they're just bream having a go or maybe the hook's too big, eh? Oh, that's a trev. For sure that's a trevally. Come on, switch him on here. Come on. Oh, you bugger. problem is everything that I'm fishing is way too big for these little jelly prawns, and when they eye in on these things, they can become like just really picky, and they won't hit other stuff. So, yep, there we go. Oh, pulled it. That was a little sucky bream, eh? Yep. Oh. Full take, but I got it. Yeah, I do. Yep. There we go. Oh, I pulled the hooks on it. Hit too hard on it. Really? Mate, a little soft tissue around their little sucky lips gets me, eh? And I'm definitely fishing too heavy a rod for this stuff. This was set up for a trevally, really. These tiny little soft as bream. My fault. You want a real soft tip rod for this stuff, so when their little soft lips grab the hooks, they can pull at it all they want. It's just going to be absorbed by the tip of the rod. Whereas this thing's a little bit sticky. Alright, I'm going to swap out. I'm going to go against the wisdom of matching the hatch, and I'm going to just throw one of these crabs in. These things are so dominant that I reckon if there's bream there, they might just grab them regardless of what they're feeding on. Hopefully, because they're a lot more catchy, these tiny little hooks. Hopefully a little bream just can't resist the sight of that crab. Let's see what happens. Bream feeding on the other side of this pontoon, I reckon. I can maybe tempt it over this side, make it feel like it's found it. Let's see what happens. Yep, there it is. Got it. Oh. It's so much more effective instead of just landing it right on its head. Sometimes they can spook doing that. But if you just throw it on the other corner, they turn around, they feel like it's theirs, they found it. Beautiful stuff. There you go. I've got to be careful because these are super catchy hooks. But look at that. Beautiful morning bream, hey? Taking off the crab. Around that pontoon there. God, he's an interesting looking bream. He's a bit munty, eh? Look at his fins, mate. He's been belted by bull sharks, 100%. That's all bull shark. Just want to see if I can show you what's going on. These jelly prawns all through the lake at the moment. They're just bubbling on the surface. Like you see the top of a can of Coke when you first pour a can of Coke out in the glass, it's all like popping. All along these banks. Hey guys. You are the best. How you going? What a treat. I've been met by my family down here. Have a look. What a treat. My family's come down to meet me for the morning. Hey buddy.
You're doing down there. Can I get on your seat?
What are you doing, mate?
Doing down there.
Have you got brekkie?
Yeah.
Take away Brecky.
Here you go, darling.
Daddy, I want to stay on your big sea.
You want to have a go?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think we're having a go.
I don't know if you're having a go, mate. We haven't got your life jacket.
No.
You need a life jacket. What have you got me, boss?
Coffee.
You are the best.
This up there, buddy boy.
Thank you,
Dad, I
boss.
got one.
A little bit
Joe?
possible. Alright. We brought some bread down.
Did you?
Yeah, you show Daddy.
What do you got, Toss?
Uh-huh.
You going to feed the brim?
Yeah. Feed mine. Feed me. I want to have a go of your sea. You feed
No, you
the
can't because
fish.
you haven't got your life jacket with you, mate.
You
We'll have to
want
do it this
some
afternoon.
bread? I'll show you the fishes.
Are they there? They might be. They might be there because Daddy can't catch them.
Sons. He hasn't got any bait.
Come on. Little storm boy. And he just woke up.
Did he?
Come and finish your brekkie.
It's a good coffee, Gina.
I make a good coffee in my life.
You do. I don't know how you do it. He wants to have a go.
Have you got any bread to feed the fish with?
No, I'm just going to throw some lures at him.
Don't catch it.
See you this half.
Flathead.
Bye. How good was that? Lauren just brought the kids down to say hello. Bonnie couldn't be happier. Thomas lost it. He just wanted to stay around the kayak, have a go on the kayak. Couldn't understand that he couldn't have a go. I got about 20 minutes. So what we might do, we might head over to the other side of this lake, and there's some sort of retaining walls with little rock bars and rock drop-offs, rock walls, things like that. We might just go and hit those for the last 20 minutes and hopefully pick up another fish. Boy, it's been tough going though. There's been a lot of bait, and I've thrown grubs, crabs, and splash prawns at them, but they're just so picky. The tiny little jelly prawns that they go after, they're just real finicky, like especially when there's huge balls of them. They're not really interested in anything else. So anyway, it's kind of worth leaving that and going and sort of fishing around some of these other structures, I reckon. What a morning though, eh? Have a look at that. How about that for a morning out on the water? Right, I thought this little splash prawn might have got it done in the shadows this morning, but there's nothing doing on the surface. A little bit quiet, but I'm going to have one last switch up. I'll give you a look at what I've got in here. So, I reckon my best bet might be like a little diving lure, like a little, what have I got? Maybe one of those. Alright, I might try that. A tiny little silent squirrel. Really small one, just looks just like a little bait fish. I'll give that a go. I reckon I've got about 10 minutes, and then that'll have to be the end of it. Still only early. I'm definitely keen to stay out here, but the sessions are just shorter now because of the sunlight. A lot less light. Oh, there's brim right there. Have a look. Oh, let me see if something wants that. Come on, grab that grubby. Mate, no question, these places are loaded with fish. I just can't catch them. This morning. Yep. There we go, you little beauty. It's got it done. Right under people's noses here too. Well, it might be a floodie. It is, it's a beautiful little floodie. How good. Wait till you have a look at this little gem. The floodies in here, they don't really, there's no big numbers of big fish. This fella was just sitting on the rocks. How good? They're stunning. Look at their tails on them, aren't they gorgeous? And that little squirrel, about 10 casts in. Look at that. Beautiful. Alright. Mate, the amount of times these squirrels have saved my session. Right, well this is not usually my style, but I don't really fish this spot too often. And it's been a little bit slow, to be honest, than what I was hoping, because I know there's plenty of fish in here, but it hasn't really happened this morning, so I'm going to drown my sorrows. I got, there's a coffee shop just up here, it's got to be one of the best. And if my missus sees this, she's not going to rate it, because she brought me one down with the kids this morning, met me on the jetty down from our place. But I finished that, and I thought, why not just come up here, maybe a coffee, bacon and egg roll, drown my sorrows like that. Is there anything better? How beautiful it is out there. Apart from the boys tearing the place down behind me. But yeah, had to come and drown the sorrows with a little breakfast. We'll get back on the water and finish it off. Thanks, mate. Yeah, good. Yeah, just coming out for the morning before work.
I bought myself one and I'm just going to get a little motor.
Makes it easy for, you know, you don't have to paddle, carry on.
I know.
It came with a hole in there.
What do you call it, for the pedals?
Yeah, you can put pedals in there, but I just sort of retrofitted that. Yeah.
Especially if you catch a few fish. Man.
Yeah, and like morning like this morning, mate, can't beat it, eh?
No.
All right, mate. Cheers. See ya. All right. Done. What a morning. Beautiful start to the day. See you, mate. And I'm going to have to hightail it back. I don't know if I'm going to get another cast in, but I only just put that little squirrel on too. This is a shame, because it was about 5-6 casts in, I suppose, and then bang, little flatty. And these sections around this lake where you've got these pylons and these little rock retaining walls and things, they're fantastic. There's heaps of little undercuts and little nooks and crannies at the brim, and flatties just sort of sit around and hang off. And late afternoon, the trevally come on a lot of the time as well. So anyway, I might have to do a little bit more of this and come out and capture some of this, because I reckon as a land-based fisherman, these lakes are a really good option, or someone just getting into their fishing. These lakes are a really good option. There's heaps of access points and they're loaded with fish. Not that I got any this morning, but anyway, two's all right, flatty and a brim. Shouldn't be complaining. Definitely done worse. But I'm going to enjoy this little bacon and eggy. Have a look at it, would ya? Yeah. I'm going to enjoy this, and then on my way back, and then get into work. In danger of calling out dad jokes. It's a catch and not cook. Catch and go and get it from Blackboard. Boy, they do the good stuff. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching.